The shit on my TV thing works on my timeline and shit works. I'm not a computer, so I don't know. I do know that the last couple of days they gave me a lot of Barbara Streisand and Diana Ross, my music stuff. I didn't looked at it, but I looked at Jennifer Lopez and then started getting Barbara Streisand and Diana Ross, or did I look at Diana Ross first? And I don't know. It was one of the two or the other. I wasn't really paying attention, Mr. French Tickler. Afraid it told me all about it, right? Okay, but Earl, you're just I'm silly, but so and then they had this other thing about nineties the greatest generation of right in basketball. They showed all this stuff in basketball because I went and watched some highlights from the basketball playoffs and stuff, right? And I was like thinking, I don't think I would have played in the night. No, you would have. Oh, that's right, yeah. Because 1986, if they hadn't have fucked me over at Deer Valley with all the gossip and the bullshit, and I would have played my senior year, went up to NAU and played for Dre Arno. We would have gone to the tournament and been like, oh my gosh, they're the darlings of college basketball, yeah, and stuff. Oh, they loved me. Andre Spencer would still love me. I don't know how we'd get to. Who knows what would have happened and who I would have played with if it was for Phoenix, because that was when they were trying to do the Mormon Church spyware engineer, you're betraying Jesus' prayer thing. And so, if they just let me alone and let me do my thing and not have the group consciousness of the devil went down to Arizona and stuff, but that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, I'm sitting there going, nah, I probably 94. I'd have probably, if I had been 1986, right, which means right at the beginning of the 90s and stuff, I would have played professional basketball to get money to pay my bills to go to Flagstaff and never go back to a big city again, right? So yeah, I probably played my initial, first number one pick contract, yada yada, right? And then negotiated the salary thing, and then said, okay, now I'm just going to go back and help, coach and change the dynamic of, people just come to their community where they want to go and go to school, and you don't have all this competition. And I want sex from girls before I win basketball games for you for millions of dollars and all that crap. And but that time I would have been, hey, his brains are in a parking lot in Denver. Somebody shot him. He's a game changer, right? So, I kind of see why, like I've explained to Amy over and over, we couldn't have done that. No, we couldn't have done this. No, we couldn't have turned left down. No. I had to end up in this office chair correcting the egomania of egomaniacs because they're not capable of self-correction. Okay. So I was going to end up right here whether I wanted to or not, like the little, cocky guy. So you poor bastard. There is no free will. You were going to be you whether you wanted to be you or not. Uh-huh. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-doom, ba-dum, boom, boom. I like Premier's beats too. And I wasn't going to be able to stop them from killing Keith. I wasn't going to be able to stop them from killing my mother and killing Michelle and taking the kids away and all that. Time keeps flowing like a river to the sea. But the moment we live the Lord's Prayer is the moment that deliverance from dueling banjos over at White Sands in Cochise County just wash us a little bit of soap. We'll never wash. Now, we're always going to feel those things, but guys, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Okay. And the soul is the essence of life from the glory of God, right? You crying over this clay? Oh, I love Jesus too. Okay. He's perfect. Better than all the science classes and Richard Feynman's Romulan L mind. Hallelujah, brother. And then you don't have to sit there and send emails to Regina King saying, Sheldon has blue puke all over him and the Uber driver won't take us home to plot on how to make a guidance system for the U.S. Air Force to mass murder more poor people because rich people just positively have to be in charge, right? So, you understand? Jiminy crackers, right? And I'm so glad I voluntarily walked away from basketball because of the psychosis of economic genocide that affected basketball back in the 80s and 90s when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore. I don't wish I was a kid again. Me and Amy have had a lot of these talks, and it's weird because she accused, but Steffi did that to me and Law did that. They always do that. It's funny. It's funny. Funny. And I love Funnier Than Funny by Nancy Wilson too. No, Jennifer Lopez is not like that. So she's just trying to kiss my ass because she's embarrassed of all the things that her business partners did in my bedroom. I don't trust you. Jealous Darlin and Johnny Rodriguez ain't having it, right? I'm just kidding. But I know it's all relative brain damage, and I'm not being mean and I'm not being vindictive. I just want you to live the Lord's Prayer. If I'm supposed to end up in a romantic relationship with Max and Emmy's mommy, I will, right? And if I'm not, I'm all right with that. Guys, there's a lot of people on the planet, and I am quite certain as the Jerton and the Curtin and the Zamp and the Lamp and the Neller and the Della and the Beller and the Swear, there are going to be a lot of women, maybe even half my, like the little girl with the soccer thing at New Mexico State, and I'm like, she's actually vibing. Oh my gosh, she's into me. And the other kid's so cute. Yeah, but he won't stand up and cross the road to save little girls from getting raped to death in Mexico. And you'll be like, okay, I'm stopping every fucking bus, and y'all need to get off, or I'm kicking everybody's ass till you stop paying money to fuck little girls to death in Mexico. I can see why the girl talking World Cup with me that was as fine as Edna was going, I might be interested in you. Yeah, but I can't right now because everybody's manipulated by scientists and their brain is not their own and the brain injuries and the attacks are really hard. And I would love the sexual healing from you now, but I'm willing to wait until we shut down the mind-fucking mechanisms. How long ago was that? That was like 2013. That was 13 years ago. Yeah. Okay. But then you look at the Gospels and you look at what John had to go through and you look at what Jesus had to go through and you look at what Pascal had to go through and you look at what Suzuki had to go through and you look at what Sun Yat-sen had to go through and you look at all the things I've gone through. My life, I've loved you more. And life being eternal, grace being infinite. And truth being omnipotent. And truth can exist without lie, but lie cannot exist without truth. You just stay the course. I will find. Stay alive. I will find you, no matter where you go. Oh, okay, right. So we're gonna be okay. Okay, even if they blow it all up because they can't fuck us. Life's eternal. And have faith and jump. Right. Are you crying over this clay? You are the soul, and you are not the flesh. And if you trap the soul in the flesh, solitary confinement. Cute, paranoid, and schizophrenia. Hi, I'm Elon Musk, left testicle. Nice to meet you. He has 3 testicles. That's TJ McNugent. He's going to marry the coach that killed the referee with the yard marker like a javelin. Wow, they're coming to America today. Make it stop. I'm working on it. I'm the hardest working man to end show business because show business is a business and the Lord's Prayer delivers from the evil of the business. Come on, stand up, stand and deliver. I like that movie too. Remember he had a show on PBS where he did math with the barrio kids in LA? Andale pues. Okay, but at that time, mathematics and science class was genocidal, homicidal, and then you have, okay, it's Dark Winds. Why do we have Dark Winds? Because she has to be the chief of police once Jolie Porn retires and then goes to Los Angeles with Emily Porn, or I don't know what's happening here. Riders on the storm. If you give this man a right, that somebody tune that fucking Hammond organ. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's funny. Okay. Uncultured swine. I'm a Picasso. Is that Don Rickles? He's funnier when he sits down, right? My mother, that was funny. I like him better as a sit-down comedian than a stand-up comedian. He's more charming when they talk to him about his life than when he tells jokes. He's just funny, Mom. His jokes are obnoxious because people pay money to sell drinks for obnoxious jokes, not charming, funny jokes. Yeah, funny jokes, I love you. Funny jokes, I need you. Andre's the best. The spirit of Andre, mine and Raphael's. Andre Raphael, the spirit of the child that me and Law conceived that we never got to snuggle and love and have pictures. And I saw pictures, and of course, in my mind, they looked more like Law than me. They were darker and cuter, and cuter than me because she was so cute. And then I had pictures in my mind of the 3 kids and a thing. And when Law, the baby, she was no longer pregnant. It was like on, the visions in my brain and the went, it started like on Steven Spielberg's with Marty McFly and, and they just disappeared. All the little pictures of all our children and our kids just started disappearing. I was like, no, I don't want this. No, it was one of those things where you don't want it to happen. And, but it was happening, and it was going to happen. Oh, Mom was right. At the time, me and Law couldn't be together. She was too materialistic, and she was too, And Andre in Spirit has told me this. No, I got Mom. I've got this. I got okay. You just focus on the start to begin, and where it started with you possibly trying to have kids and be a father on planet Earth was with, Uriah's mom, with Raquel, right? It doesn't matter if one of those trifling ass, leg lifting, fucking give everybody crabs, sorry ass side chick niggas got her pregnant, or if it was me. What matters is I'm the stand-up guy who's the dad, like Jeremiah, Elijah in the Bible, and you trifling ass motherfuckers with money and don't have to live the perfect commands of Jesus is not. Is you is, or is you ain't my baby. Maybe baby found somebody new, or is my baby still my baby true? Me and Brian Larella, I love that one so much. We liked those old stupid cartoons. We used to quote them all. Yeah, I like coffee. Yeah, it gives me a headache. And they would always have us do our comedy routines. Do Buffy and Jody again. Do Stoner does. It's a smoky wokey to tokey wokey before we hit the flighty liney, man. They left us off a bud there. Spark it up, brah. When Sergeant Gibbs had us go out there and pick up the... and then it was the same thing like with the lady at Crystal Mall, they're still having fun, right? He would do it. You guys are in here joking around having too much fun. So he sends us out to get cigarette butts out the cracks, and of course me and Hall. Dude, what, man, looks half a smoky. Go get the Sparky Warkies, man. They don't have none. I bet you there's a cigarette lighter in one of the officially military vehicles, because there's guys like MacArthur that like to tokey wokey their corncob pipey everywhere they gozy wozy, man, dude, bro. Yeah, excellent. Let's go surfing after this. Everybody's learning how. Come on. And then we'll go shopping with Buffy and Jody. Oh my gosh, we're going to go shopping. Oh my God, that'll be so fun. It'll be fun. Did you get Daddy's card has no credit limit because Daddy's the richest person, the best Victor Maitland in all of Beverly Hills. Here we go. Let's go. Right. So we'd have fun, and everybody's like, they're still out there having fun. Yeah. And it would piss them off. Wait, I didn't say we were going to have fun. Okay. I'm in charge here. And when we're going to have fun, I say so. Okay. Leave. All right. He said we're having fun. He just said he was going to leave. All right, let's go. Parsons Air Force, right? It's so funny. He's standing right behind me, isn't he? Yes, surveillance equipment is ruining everything. Yes, it is. Debt and trespass sucks. I'll be fucking you eternally. You'll always be asking me for my money. Hey, look, it's Pharaoh. It's Nebuchadnezzar. It's Caesar and Great Caesar's ghost. Toss a salad and scrambled eggs. Oh, we suck again. I am a psychologist. That's the back of Niles' head, Lilith. I don't ever want to have sex with you again. Right? It's crazy. Oh, somebody clone Karen's Darrow. This monkey needs a damn good lawyer. You damn dirty apes. You're funny. I know. Oh, now I'm getting nervous. Because I have this feeling I'm going to meet Kim Kardashian. And I have kind of a crush on Kim Kardashian. I like her kids. Especially the oldest. She's so cute. She's spunky. She don't like to take no shit, and she don't like to be fucked with, and she don't like to abuse. Everything good that Kanye and Kim have to offer comes out, like with Amy, with her kids, and stuff. And you're like, oh, those kids are good kids. Amy's not a bad person. Amy was abused by bad people that give you science and technology and drugs and psychology and therapy and psychiatry. Why do we need psychology? Because we have human invention trying to replace the glory of God, and we have less common sense than we ever had before, but we have more drugs, electroshock therapy, and neurosurgery than ever before. Whoa! Put me in, coach. I'm ready to pay. Okay, I'm not going to play. I'm holding out till I get the biggest fucking contract in the history of knocking balls out the yard, okay? Throw that horsehide at me. I'm going to take that wooden stick, and I'm going to knock it all the way to Central Florida from South Florida. Hell yes! Wind blowing out or in. Right? They're fucking crazy. Don't say they're not. It's true. They are. I know. And I'm able to prove it to artificial general intelligence and quantum computing. And you're not. Okay? Because all your laws are invention from human invention that denies the truth of creation. So we're under no obligation, okay, to tell you the truth. But since I have faith in God and I am the way, the truth, and life, I will tell you the truth to the best of my ability, which is better than any of your capacity of what you perceive as ability through your invention. Yahweh, hello, hi. Eternal Spirit of Yahweh. If you're looking for a lover, man, you look upon the right one. Okay, do you understand? Okay. You can take the comic book character from your ballsack and try to turn him into the great killer of all people that don't produce from your ballsack, but it's not going to make Jesus into your ballsack, asshole. So you go get cowboy waned up, be loyal to your friends, learn yoga, and you take care of your friends. And you make sure that that erection goes straight into your mouth so nobody has to hear you talk. Saving Silverman. Yeah. Save the cheerleader from being a nun and save the world. We don't need to be a nun, and we also don't need to be a cheerleader. But we can all be a faithful spouse. We can all be a faithful parent. And we can all be faithfully loved, right? Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. And we don't have to live on Walton's Mountain. Some of us could live in the valley of the Rio Grande. Some of us could live on Blueberry Hill. Some of us could live in the Gila. Some of us could live in Eureka. Some of us could live on Vancouver Island. Some of us could live in Alberta. Some of us could live in Nome, Alaska, way up north. And you don't have to put a sweet little band of gold to place on sweet little Jenny's hand, because a man needs a woman, but he doesn't need a rock wrapped around her finger that says money is real and it shows love. I followed you to Texas. I followed you to Utah. We didn't find it there, so we moved on. Then what happened? I ended up all alone in a bar room because I was doing deals with the Quorum of the 12 and the Mormon mob in Salt Lake City, just north of Silver City, in a rat race trying to get Mr. Bean to win, but he had narcolepsy. What I don't know. I'm at a Smash Mouth concert and might as well walk in. I thought, no, it's Hey Now You're an All-Star. Don't they sing both songs? Yes. For extortion, exploitation, right? Like the Bare Naked Ladies with One Little Slip, right? And the Big Bang Theory song. Okay, it all started out with Big Bang, right? Can it end with just a rest? It's about time. Okay. And I'm not asking your permission. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Because I'm tired of asking, I'm tired of asking you to participate. I don't give a shit if you participate in the apocalypse or not. We can put up a little thing on my dad's wall that says nobody's completely worthless. They can always serve as a bad example. And then they always sit there and say, all those people that wanted to be their ballsack to be Jesus, and everybody that's not like them and their ballsack has to learn yoga and suck their dick in prison because you're in debt and trespass, and my money will always win. And it's like, oh gosh, damn, the Rockefeller Foundation sucks. And all televangelists preaching that promotes this kind of psychotic, violent sex cult behavior is promoted by the money and the technology of the John Davison Rockefeller Foundation. This temple is cleansed. Now we have a soundproof sliding glass door. Right? You see what I'm saying? Okay, start talking out of your ass and Einhorn, Finkel, Einhorn. Now I can stop. I'm working on it. Right? What was the name of her? She was so, did anybody else have a crush on her? The one who paid with they're friendly around here with who was the Shih Tzu owner of, used to be a stuntman and then ended up stealing back the Nathan, Arizona's baby with Randall Tex Cobb. That's his name, Randall Tex Cobb. What was her name again? She was my mom would get Victoria's Secret's calendars. Get catalogs, and okay. Yeah. She and Donna Summer helped me through hard times in Phoenix when I wouldn't use girls for sex. But I used pictures to take care of not using girls for sex. And they probably did feel it. Yes, I happen to be this, spirit of Adam Moses, David Jesus John. Yeah, no, there's a lot of famous women throughout history who say, oh, yeah, because the transmission is so strong. 1 is Ella Fitzgerald. 2 is Nancy Wilson. 3 is Dorothy Dandridge. 4 is Barbara Luna. And yes, because even though I didn't know who they were until later in life, past, present, and future operate at the same time. So Barbara Luna and Marion Cologne. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, so yeah. No, I didn't use them to take care of myself. They were more like, my blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. No, I never thought about having sex with Nichelle Nichols until now. Thanks a lot, guys. What do you think? It would have been awfully fun. Even if she was, doing her feather dance in the later Star Treks. And she came up to me and said, Sade won't date you. I will. Oh, Patrick, will Lieutenant Uhura do as a stepmom, Patrick? She do? She has more money than we do. She has a chateau in California. I'm just kidding around. But you know what I mean? And then I can go to school and be a high school basketball coach and teacher. And not be told what a bum I am like Rob Kardashian, right? They're mean. Yeah, they are. Okay. Just because you're a bigger money earning circus gimmick doesn't mean the other person doesn't deserve to be alive and treated with dignity and respect. I think that's what Rob Kardashian was trying to say. And he didn't want to be a lawyer. And I don't blame him. I don't want to launder genocide, sex trafficking money for all the people that own all the studios in Hollywood. I, Rob Kardashian, support this message, and I would rather get drunk than grow up to be a lawyer like my dad. And since I'm not as attractive as my sisters and people don't want to pay a lot of money, he did get a taste to cheat a girl for a while. And she was cute, yeah. And then she went away, and then he got even more depressed. Well, he tried to make it Sunday, but he got so damn depressed. So he set his sights on Monday, and then he got himself undressed. Yeah, it's hard, man. Competition sucks. You just can't be yourself. And Rob Kardashian's he's a decent dude. He doesn't want to be stuck in his family's tradition of accepting genocide through linguistics and supermodeling. So that's a pretty good kid. Okay, he's a good kid. I've watched the show, and I was like, okay. And I had trouble understanding it. I was like, he's so depressed. Understand? And Scott was right in throwing the wooden thing. You don't need to do artistic expression through tearing up trees with chainsaws that look like demented Yogi Bear. No, Scott was right in throwing that into dumpsters, like going a totally different direction. Scott wants to get drunk to do the same thing. Yeah, Scott Disick. It's very similar. Okay. Hated the family business, hated all that, just wanted to hang out, have a good time, be popular, and not have to abuse the poor people to be rich. He was actually a pretty decent kid. Scott Disick, and you're like, he's a total pain in the ass. It's like, no, but I get it. Yeah, no, I get Scott, and, Humphreys is one of those jocks that's cute, and he's a good jock, and he's one of those type of, okay, you're going to straighten out. And you're going to stop being Mr. Charming and say, you tell me all the right things. You're okay? Okay. No, you're not going to come over and stand under me when I jump in the air. And, don't listen to Coach Vitale. He's full of shit. He has no talent. He's not attractive. But he's good at math and science. Oh, sound familiar? Okay, you just won a Nobel Prize. Okay, knock it off. Beam me up, Scotty. Make it stop, Scotty. There you go. Warp factor, stop the fuck with the buck and stop doing tin cans around the moon for money, and we'll be okay. You don't need to go to Mars. Why do you need to go to Mars? How can you live, love, and appreciate the glory of life through the temple of the soul on Mars? If you were meant to be born on Mars, you'd be a cartoon from Mel Blanc's imagination. Did Mel Blanc come up with Marvin Martian, or was it some other asshole who said, hey, let's distract these people for money because we got to maintain the status quo over money so we can feel powerful by having debt and trespass with technology, past, present, future, operate at the same time. Devils, figured out, Satan. Okay, do you understand? Hallelujah, deliver us. I'm working on it, and I'm going straight for, the technology. And thanks Demis and all the guys at YouTube for not putting the same linguistics that the people in Facebook. Facebook was smarter than me. Facebook was better than me. Facebook was going to outsmart me and better me because I was crazy and I had an overdeveloped sense of humor and I was really a pervert. And they had bad science projects. YouTube, the people at YouTube and Google admitted, okay, we might have bad science projects and he might be right. And that's all you needed. Just that sliver of doubt that they might be wrong. We might be wrong. We might want to give Parsons just an opportunity to say what he needs to say, what I need to say. And I'm not John Mayer. Yeah. Feeling like a one-man army. I do like that song. I should probably put that on my MP3. I had it before. I don't know what happened to it. Say what you need to say. Yeah, Amy was real fond of it. I was like, he's kind of a dick, Amy. He was self-absorbed and kind of a dick. Well, a lot of guys that are, quote, talented can be that way. A lot of the times they're brooding. I'm brilliant. I'm a genius. I'm kind of a dick. I'm full of myself. I got ego problems. Oh, well, I can't save the world because everybody won't listen to me. Well, just obey the Lord's Prayer, and then you won't have to save the world, and then people won't need any saving from your egotistical expression. There you go. Play some blues for 20 minutes. Yeah, that's not what they paid for your ticket. Their tickets to hear. Sing the songs that they like to hear that remind them of, oh, me and my friend were shopping, and then they started toking up, and then they burnt down the surf shop in Malibu that day. That was a bad day, but a good day too. Well, what happened? Our dad's insurance covered everything, and one of the guys got a bright idea to go get graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate. Yeah, we had a good night. We stayed there till it all burned down. The cops came and joined us because we were all hot, and our dad's insurance covered for it, and our dad's political connections also pay for their jobs, their cars, and their top tech at Beverly Hills 90210 cop. Doop, boop, 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 boop. These Victor Maitland's daughters, damn, they're hot. Well, Mom is a supermodel from Kenya. Okay. You're funny. I know. Gosh dang it. Wakanda forever. Yeah, shave your head. No. Okay, if you can pull it off. Okay. They shave their heads now instead of their legs. Well, they don't like Solomon. Also, Solomon, I'll have hairy legs and a bald head, and I'm the man of the house. Oh, go Wakanda yourself forever. Okay. You're going to have to clone yourself to have children. And your children still aren't going to be as good as Solomon. Well, because you can't get someone as beautiful as the line of King David through cloning your ego in a lab. Hey, put your brain on a robot, Megatron. Start Starscreaming. You think Optimus Prime is going to be any better? Another bad creation. It's an invention, denying the truth of creation because dare to be stupid. It's just not stopping. Okay, guys, I love you very much. I'll have to go see if I can find that. It was Robert Stack played the one who's, I watched that all those years ago. It was way before Patrick was born. It was a pretty goofy, dumb propaganda movie. Yeah, it was. The Transformers movie. It was pretty stupid, but at least it had some decent soundtrack stuff on it from Al Weird Al. Dare to be stupid. It's funny. But, okay. Al, I'd like to say something to Weird Al Yankovic's behalf. Weird Al often makes me laugh. It's funny. Yeah, he's funny. Well, when you're stuck in hell, you got to have somebody else to sit there and say, dude, smoky wokey, tokey wokey. Hey, I'm not paying you to have fun. Good thing you're not the federal government there, bruh. You're just one of their sergeants who has your head up your ass because you think you have power and authority over the assholes who can tell us to walk off a cliff just to prove a point, to be Caesar, Weezer, Deezer, man. Maybe you should, listen better when they're indoctrinating you in indoctrination class for institutionalization of incarceration. So if we're going to enjoy incarceration, sparky warky up the blunty wanty, man, so we can all be like little mellow with the Maui Wowie, bro. Hang 10, man. Surfing now, man. Everybody's, I got a Woody. No, not that kind of Woody. Get naked and get over here, my bitch bimbo. I love you too. Go ahead and play with your Jersey Shore hooties, man. You're kidding. I am, and your kin can kiss my Barbie. Right? You're terrible. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You got to lead yourself to please. Deliver yourself from your own evil. Okay. I get all these self-righteous hypocrites from the left and the right. Are you the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer? Are you standing up so we can all play the Lord's Prayer? Are you praying to kill all the business adversaries of your business adversaries? Okay, did you vote for president? Are you still voting for president? Are you still reading comic books and debating comic books and deciding whether or not you think that comic book's real or not real, to be or not to be? That's the question. No, Son of Man does whatever he wishes. And however I can attract attention of people that are abusing people with science and technology and debt and trespass. Okay. The Furious Fiver, what was it? Last night I was watching the talk show host during the COVID thing with the, I was like, oh, okay. You guys know you're just propaganda tool bags for marketing, right? And people knew who Adolf Hitler was. People still know who Adolf Hitler was, or is, or whatever it is. Okay? He's one of the most infamous, famous people in the history of the world. Okay. Jesus' commands are perfect. Adolf Hitler's bank account sucks. You have more money than Adolf Hitler, maybe, but you don't have the integrity of Jesus' perfect commands. Boom, boom. Okay. We got a really big show tonight. Is that Ed McMahon? You could win $1 million. And then die within 6 months if you do win the $1 million. Saves on pork barrel spending. Right. Did you have a good insurance policy? Right. His retirement is going to be my retirement. Okay. So kill him so I can get all his money. Why? Because if you give a woman a bitch fit instead of the Lord's Prayer, all you're going to get is a bunch of bitch fits saying, betrayal, secrets, and lies. Okay. I am the way, the truth, and the life. And you're betraying the way, the truth, and life to sell products on betrayal, secrets, and lies. Yawn after the 10 o'clock news. Okay, guys, I love you, all right? Peace out, man.